Alright, so this is the River Raid game, and I actually got more play out of this, I think, than Miss Pac-Man, but because this was, it was actually more action-packed and shit, so, and I actually enjoyed the challenge of the game. I would always wind up, you always wind up dying in it. The game never ends, but But so I play this a little bit more than Miss Pac-Man because it's like I don't know. Activision actually made really good games for the Atari. In fact, I probably would say they were probably the better video game company because they actually do better work. But because I have another one too, and I think it's just as good. But so. I don't know. I heard it was a pretty successful game, so we had that one, and it's a two-player game. And basically, you're just an airplane. You just fly around blowing the crap out of everything. So with pretty good sound effects and shit. So. And then you can. That's your enemy object list, and really the fuel depot is not an enemy list. An enemy object, but the tanker is, the helicopter, and the jet, which shows up later and just flies clear across the screen and crashes into you. That's all it does. Nobody shoots you or anything. They just move around back and forth. And the bridge and whatnot. So, and you actually have to keep your fuel up and keep your fuel full and stuff, because if you don't, then you'll crash and lose a plane or a life, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, I actually accepted the challenge of the game. I never really got discouraged by this game or really bored. It was actually a pretty good game. It just kept going on, but most Atari games did anyway. Very rarely did an Atari game actually have an ending programmed into it. Most of the time, it just kept going. It was just score based. And they just kept on going and get progressively harder, each time. And this was actually designed by Carol Shaw, so that pretty much just blows Adam Conover's theory that women just did not get a fair shake in the video game industry, because he was going on talking about, they never had a chance in the 80s. But, Adam Conover's got a white knight for shit. So, and not know what the fuck he's talking about. So this is really just basically a how to get your video demonetized. Disguised as an Atari video, because I just disagreed with feminism. Oh no, can't do that. This apparently I got from someone else's yard sale, and I think it was a neighbor's. I think my mom went over to the neighbors that live across the road, and because it has a 50-cent sticker on it. So this game I actually enjoyed, and actually one of the reasons why I wish I still had my Atari, and I think the Atari just completely crapped out. I really do. But because I tried plugging it in, and then it was just all staticky and shit, and wasn't fucking working and whatnot. But I used to plug this back in. I think after I graduated midterm, still, and this was like my zone out game. I mean, I'll just play it and zone out. And that's pretty much it. I really thoroughly enjoyed the game. Pretty good game, I guess, for a game that's just one screen and you're going around in circles shooting the shit out of asteroids. I mean, what's not to like? This, I actually had to think about what this was for a while whenever I looked at it, because it came like this. It did not have a fucking sticker label on it. It's actually Space Invaders. So, not much to talk about that. No fucking instructions. No fucking sticker. Let's see what else. This, I know we got from a garage sale, because I do not remember going to the store, any store, and buying this. So at all, no. This had to have been a garage sale, because we still had instructions for it. I think somewhere I found them, but I mean, it pretty much. I mean, back then with certain people, I guess if you actually played this at the arcade and then you put this in, I mean, you would be kind of disappointed. But I mean, the guy really did a good job. I mean, as far as I agree with Mike Batey on James and Mike Mondays. They were talking about this game, and he said, considering at the time and the I guess the time constraints and the limitations of what the Atari 2600 could do, that he did an okay job. And I mean, he did. I mean, when I played this, I didn't care. I mean, I really wasn't ever thinking, oh, this doesn't look exactly like the arcade game. And it doesn't. I mean, it's pretty shitty compared to the arcade game. But now that says 1981, but it actually came out in 1982. But I guess they're doing the copyright for. No, it says Atari. I don't know why it says 1981, because I looked it up on Wikipedia before I did this. It says it's supposed to be out in 1982, but Wikipedia's been known to be wrong. Let's see what else. See, Defender, and I don't know if we bought this from the store. I think we bought this from a store. I guess, probably, obviously, I believe with Christmas money. I believe. But this was actually a pretty good game. And I don't know if I have the instructions for it or not. Yes, I do. Let's see. So at least you can see. Yeah, you just basically a spaceship, and you're going around blowing aliens up, and aliens can pick up things like humans, go like dash, and then you can either save them or not. And then if they go up, then they turn into those things, and you can shoot that spaceship, but then you have to go and pick that thing up before it hits, or it just splatters. It makes a splat noise. It actually makes a splat noise when you miss. And then you have smart bombs. You can go down into city or up, and you can just destroy everything on the screen. But I really don't remember when I got this. Really don't. But I am fairly certain that we bought this with like at the store brand new. Because I don't know. I would actually play this again if I still had my Atari, but I'm glad I saved it so I can actually have like the game variations, because there's different difficulties. That's really about the great thing about Atari. You get bored with it, and then you can change the difficulty setting, and then just try that. All those, it tells you all the different ones you can do. I think I actually did the one where it was nothing but the mutant things. I don't know what did they call them, space demons or nope, they're called mutants. Yeah, you can just do it where, because if they get enough people to go up, then apparently the whole city gets destroyed, and then it's nothing but those guys and shit. Pretty in-depth game for an Atari game. Alright, we'll stop there with that one.